Good afternoon, the students of class 12. In the last class, I have discussed about the Raoult's law, the Henry law, and the ideal and non-ideal solution in your TV channel Ananda Varta. Now, I have discussed today that you have already known about the ideal and non-ideal solution. In the last class, I also told that non-ideal solution are two types. Number one, the non-ideal solution with positive deviation, and number two, non-ideal solution with negative deviation. I will discuss about these two types of non-ideal solution. So first one, non-ideal solution with positive deviation. This, if you put explaining graphically, I have discussed about the graph. Say here xa equal to 1, xb equal to 0. Here xb equal to 1, xa equal to 0. Say this is the P0a. This will be the graph, and this will be the graph. This is the P0b, and this will be the total pressure. This will be the total pressure. P total for ideal solution. Now, if the solution is non-ideal, for positive deviation, this will be the pressure, this will be the pressure, and this will be the pressure. That is, the vapor pressure will be more than the ideal behavior. This why such behavior can shown by the non-ideal solution with positive behavior, because in non-ideal solution with positive deviation, the solute-solvent interaction, solute-solvent interaction, and solute-solvent interaction are not equal. Now, when the solute and solvent are mixed, then the new interaction, solute and solvent interaction, is less than solute-solute or solvent-solvent interaction. Due to lesser attractive force between solute and solvent as compared to solute-solute and solvent-solvent, the more vapor will produce. So the expected vapor will be larger than the ideal behavior. So what is the reason for positive deviation? In case of positive deviation, the solute-solvent interaction is less than solute-solute or solvent-solvent interaction. What are the examples? Say ethanol and chloroform, or ethanol and water. These are some examples of non-ideal solution with positive, or carbon tetrachloride and acetone. These are some examples of non-ideal solution. So in case of non-ideal solution, solute-solvent interaction less. Why solute-solvent interaction become less? Say between solid molecule or between solvent molecule, hydrogen bond or dipole-dipole interaction is present. Now, when you mix the solute and solvent, the dipole-dipole interaction or hydrogen bond is lost. So, new van der Waals force is taken between solute and solvent. Then, solute-solvent interaction will be less than solute-solute and solvent-solvent interaction, because hydrogen bond or dipole-dipole interaction is stronger than van der Waals force or dipole-induced dipole interaction. Now, another solution, non-ideal solution with negative deviation. In case of negative deviation, the reverse takes place. That is, solute-solvent interaction is greater than solute-solute or solvent-solvent interaction. For example, say you add chloroform and acetone. This is an example of non-ideal solution with negative deviation. When they mix together, say chloroform and acetone, a new hydrogen bond is formed between the hydrogen atom of chloroform and oxygen atom of acetone. Due to the formation of hydrogen bond, the solute-solvent interaction, this bond is called hydrogen bond. So due to formation of hydrogen bond, the solute-solvent interaction will be stronger than solute-solute or solvent-solvent interaction. So they show positive deviation. So graph will be here. For non-ideal solution, for positive deviation, what will be the graph? Say this is the ideal solution, this is ideal solution, this is the total pressure. The graph will be this, less pressure than expected value. This is the non-ideal solution with negative deviation. So ideal solution are two types. One was a positive deviation, another was a negative deviation. Now what is the main difference between ideal and non-ideal solution? In ideal solution obey the Raoult's law at all concentration. Non-ideal solution does not obey Raoult's law at all concentration. In ideal solution delta V mixed and delta H mixed must be equal to 0. In non-ideal solution delta V mixed and delta H mixed is not equal to 0. In ideal solution solute-solute interaction, solvent-solvent interaction and solute-solvent interaction are exactly equal, but in non-ideal solution the solute-solute interaction, solvent-solvent interaction and solute-solvent interaction are not equal. Now if the solution show non-ideal behavior with positive deviation means ki solute-solvent interaction will be less. Due to less interaction volume will increase. So for positive deviation delta V will be greater than 0 and delta H will be negative value because less amount of energy is released than energy required to break the bond. Similarly for negative deviation the solute-solvent interaction will be more. Due to greater solute-solvent interaction the volume will decrease, that is delta V will be less than 0. So this is the ideal and non-ideal solution. The next point we have to discuss about the colligative property. What is the colligative property? This is very important in this chapter. Colligative property. Colligative property. Colligative property are the properties of the dilute solution. It is the property of the dilute solution by which determined by the number of molecules present, number of solute molecule present in the solution, not by the nature of the solute molecule. That is, there are some properties of the dilute solution which are determined by the number of solute particles present in the solution, not by the nature of the solute particle. Say, there are 4 colligative properties you must remember. Number 1, relative lowering of vapor pressure. Relative lowering of vapor pressure. Number 2, elevation of boiling point. Elevation of boiling point. Number 3, depression of freezing point. Depression of freezing point. And number 4, osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure. These are the 4 colligative properties. Now, colligative property means, say you take 1 mole glucose solution and another take 1 mole urea solution. Now, in both cases, 1 mole glucose solution contain Avogadro number of glucose molecule and 1 mole urea solution also contain Avogadro number of urea molecule. So, since number of particles in both solutions are same, so elevation of boiling point or depression of freezing point will be same. This is known as colligative property. That is, properties of the dilute solution which entirely depend on the number of particles. Particle means atom, molecule or ion. Number of solute particles present in the solution, not on the nature of the solute particle. Now, relative lowering of vapor pressure. It is a colligative property. Why it is called colligative property? So, from Raoult's law, if you take a solution of solution with non-volatile solute, say we take a sugar solution or a salt solution. The sugar or salt are not the volatile nature. So the pressure due to solution will be due to solvent only. Now say we consider a non-volatile solute. Solution, relative lowering of vapor pressure. Solution with non-volatile solid. Say we take X1 is a mole fraction of solvent, and X2 is a mole fraction of solute. Let P0S is the vapor pressure of pure solvent, or PS is the vapor pressure of solution. Now, according to Raoult's law, the non-volatile solute have no contribution to the vapor pressure. So, according to Raoult's law, PS equal to what? P0S into X1. According to Raoult's law, vapor pressure of one component is equal to the product of the vapor pressure of pure component and the mole fraction of that component. Then PS equal to P0S into X1. Now, what will be the lowering of vapor pressure? The lowering of vapor pressure equal to the lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure equal to initially equal to P0. Initially P0S minus PS equal to P0S minus P0S into X1 equal to P0S into 1 minus X1 equal to P0S into 1 minus X1 equal to X2. So, relative lowering of vapor pressure. What will be relative lowering of vapor pressure? Relative lowering of vapor pressure equal to P0. Relative lowering of vapor pressure equal to P0 minus PS divided by P0S equal to X2. Relative lowering of vapor pressure equal to X2. X2 means mole fraction of solute. What is the mole fraction of solute? N2 by N1 plus N2. Number of moles of solute by total number of moles. Now, since the solution is very dilute, so N1, that is number of moles of solvent, is very large as compared to N2. So, we can write is N2 by N1. Now, you consider relative lowering of vapor pressure depends upon X2, that is mole fraction of solute, that is number of moles present in the solute. Number of moles present in the solute means only the number of particles. So, relative lowering of vapor pressure is a colligative property because it depends only upon the number of moles of solute particle, not on the nature of the solute particle. So, P0 minus PS by P0 equal to N2. N2 means W2 by M2, weight by molecular mass of solute divided by N1, W1 by M1 plus N2, W2 by M2. You must remember this formula for numerical problem. So, relative lowering of vapor pressure P0 minus PS by P0 equal to W2 by M2 by W1 by M1 plus W2 by M2. That is, relative lowering of vapor pressure is a pure colligative property because it depends upon the number of moles of solute particle. It does not depend upon the nature of the solute particle. So, this is relative lowering of vapor pressure. Now, what is the next colligative property? Elevation of boiling point. What is the elevation of boiling point? You have practically familiar with the common daily life experiment that if we add some salt in the water, the boiling point of water increase. That you have learned in the class 10 that boiling point of water depends upon two factors. Number 1, pressure. Number 2, presence of impurities. That is, sea water have higher boiling point than river water. This is due to presence of impurities present in the sea water. While boiling point of water increase in presence of impurities, this is due to the colligative property of the solute. Impurities means the solute particle dissolved in water. You first explain this in graphically. Say, this is the temperature curve, this is the vapor pressure. Say, this is 1 atmosphere. Now, this is the vapor pressure curve of the solution, pure solvent. This is the vapor pressure curve for pure solvent. Vapor pressure curve for pure solvent. You know that vapor pressure gradually increase. Vapor pressure of the curve gradually increase with increase in temperature. So, if we increase the temperature, vapor pressure gradually increase. Now, at this temperature, say this is T0B, the vapor pressure of solvent become equal to 1 atmosphere. So that will be boiling point. Because according to definition of boiling point is the temperature at which vapor pressure of pure solvent become equal to atmospheric pressure. You must remember this. In terms of colligative property, if we have to define the boiling point of a liquid, the boiling point of a liquid is the temperature at which vapor pressure of pure solvent become equal to the vapor pressure of the vapor pressure of pure solvent become equal to the atmospheric pressure. So at T0B, vapor pressure of the pure solvent become equal to atmospheric pressure. So this will be boiling point. Now you add some non-volatile solute to the pure solvent. When we add some non-volatile solute to the pure solvent, there will be lowering of vapor pressure. Now lowering of vapor pressure will take place. Then that will be curve. This is the vapor pressure curve for solution. That is when we add non-volatile solute. Now you know at this temperature the vapor pressure is not equal to 1 atmosphere. So at T0B the boiling point of solution cannot take place because vapor pressure is much less than 1 atmosphere. Now what will be the vapor pressure at TB? Say T dot B is a new boiling point of the solution because at this temperature the vapor pressure become equal to 1 atmosphere. So this will be the elevation of boiling point. And elevation of boiling point equal to T dot B minus T0B, that is equal to delta TB. So elevation of boiling point, if we further add the solute, then there will be further lowering of vapor pressure curve, then there will be further elevation of boiling point. So this is TB and this is T dot B. So as we increase the addition of solid particle in the solvent, there will be successive decrease in lowering of vapor pressure curve. Due to lowering of vapor pressure of solution, the boiling point of solution gradually increase. Experimentally, it has been found that elevation of boiling point is directly proportional to the molality of the solution. Molality means number of moles of solute present in 1000 gram solvent. Experimentally, it has been found that elevation of boiling point is proportional to molality of solution, small m, or delta TB, so some constant Kb into m. Kb is called molar elevation constant. Molar elevation constant. Now what will be the definition of Kb? Now if m equal to 1, then delta TB equal to m. That is molar elevation constant is equal to the elevation in boiling point of 1 molar solution. Molar elevation constant is equal to the elevation of boiling point of 1 molar solution. Delta TB equal to Kb. So when molarity of the solution is unity, then elevation of boiling point is equal to the molar elevation constant or delta TB. Now what is the value of m? You know that molarity equal to W2 by M2 into 1000 by W1. W1 is the weight of solvent, W2 is the weight of solute, M2 is the molecular mass of solute. So delta TB equal to Kb into W2 by M2 into 1000 by W1. You must remember this formula. This is very important for the elevation of boiling point. So elevation of boiling point delta TB equal to Kb, that is molar elevation constant or ebullioscopic constant. This is also known as ebullioscopic constant. This evolution into W2 by M2 into 1000 by W1. So these are the two important colligative properties I have discussed. Number 1, relative lowering of vapor pressure. Number 2, elevation of boiling point. Why they are called colligative properties? Because this property depends upon the amount of solute present in the solution. Because delta TB equal to Kb into m. M means molarity. Molarity means number of moles of solute present in solvent. Number of moles of solute means number of solute particle present in the solution. So it is a colligative property. Next, in the next class, I will discuss about the depression of freezing point and osmotic pressure.